Welcome to part 2 of Mega Man 4. I almost said Mega Man X, I'm so sorry.
Only 4 Robot Masters remaining.
Yeah, who do we go after?
Sorry, I cannot count. Ringman.
It's gonna be 4 after this.
Where are the animals?
You should apply for a job at Microsoft Italy, too.
Funny.
Hey, I mean, it pays well, right?
Yeah. Should.
Yeah, well.
A $1 trillion company, they better pay well.
A couple of years ago, I probably could have tried at Ubisoft Milan, but these days I don't even know what they're doing these days, and these days I just want to forget about Ubisoft, to be honest.
Actually.
I know, but I still actually there were still things that I actually still had interested in, and they managed to find ways to squash that.
Look, all I can just say is you'll be working on Mario plus Rabbids too.
Look, at this point I will take even that, because honestly Ubisoft lineup is depressing, and the people behind the projects even more.
I mean, from what I've gathered, the guys at Ubisoft Milan are the chill ones, apparently, because they're a smaller team.
That depends. Also, Angry people. No, like, the only person I was caring was Michel Ancel, and just when he got away, God knew the fact that he was treating his employees kind of like trash, so...
And then he had to say fake news, which kind of like, no...
Yeah.
That's the worst thing you can be saying right now. And my life just disappeared, that's not fair!
Imagine having your life just flashing under your eyes.
So everyone living through 2020.
That's topical.
Actually,
when do you plan on making public these, Edge?
By the end of December, early January.
Well, just in case, Happy New Year, everyone. Hope you survived.
Same.
Yeah.
And now we're fighting a pair of googly eyes in a set of rings.
Of course.
Because the boss is Ringman. Get it?
I get it. At least we're not fighting Saturn.
So, Dej, since you're playing this actually through the Legacy Collection, what's your experience like? Do you think it's actually the definitive way to play the games, or even just potentially emulating them?
For 2 reasons, too.
Yes, you wanna know why? Because you can rewind.
So you have a potential.
Not just that, you have turbo mode. See, the thing is, if you go back and play the original NES versions, these games actually had quite a bit of slowdown on the NES. Not a lot of people remember that, but if you go back and play, you'll notice that. Digital Eclipse did a really cool thing of including a turbo mode, which basically overclocks the emulator speed, so that basically since now we can just we're not bound to the NES limitations anymore, they can boost up the game and just perform the game much better and with 0 drops. So.
Cool. Also, we were just introduced to our new friend of the game, Eddie, who gives you health, E-tanks, or weapon energy.
Because it's a good bot.
And life. Yes. But if you don't want it, you can just exit and come back and he'll get you something else.
Cool. Also, get it? Even the platforms are rings.
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
There you go.
Yeah, this is a really good game. I'm kind of glad that my opinion of it turned around, because initially it was my 3rd least favorite game behind.
It isn't
9 and 1.
It is important to remember that playing these games with rewind, of course, mitigates a lot of the frustration, and therefore is definitely makes them easier to enjoy.
Except Mega Man 1.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, it's not
I honestly think the better way to judge a Mega Man game in this kind of sense is, the quality of the sub-weapons, the escalation of the bosses, and subsequently the Wily Fortress set of levels, on that kind of way, because, there we go. The rewind feature helps you pass through the actual platforming, so you have to actually judge the game in the things that make it unique. In this kind of case,
yes.
the difference in the sub-weapons.
Also, Legacy Collection 2 doesn't have a rewind feature, unfortunately. So, oops, Mega Man 8. Yeah, jumping up, slide. Good luck.
I get the idea behind it because, the games done after the NES era would be a bit difficult to implement that.
Well, actually, too, on 7 it would be perfectly easy to implement. And to a lesser extent, maybe 8. 9 and 10 definitely could perfectly have a rewind feature.
Yes.
True.
The problem is that Digital Eclipse only made Mega Man Legacy Collection 1. Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 was actually made internally at Capcom. And Capcom unfortunately Capcom is not doesn't quite care as much about these collections as Digital Eclipse does.
They all should have just been in one collection from my memory, instead of just doing the first 6 games. Also, we have Ring Boomerang.
Ooh.
And for that, we're going to Dustman.
I
Elysian Tale.
also would love to. I also might as well bring up something about that Legacy Collection actually, because the interesting thing. When Collection 1 came out in PC, PS4, and Xbox One, it didn't have a rewind feature. However, that got added to the Switch version that released later. And then the Capcom PR on Twitter specifically said, "Don't worry, there will be a patch that will add the rewind feature to the previous versions." And we spent a total of 2 years before we finally got that patch. I don't know what the hell they were doing all that time, but whatever.
Twiddling on their thumbs.
It does remind me a bit of when the Zodiac Age version of Final Fantasy 12 got released on Switch, and then one extra feature that the PC and PS4 version did not have, rearranging the class system points so you could potentially customize your characters even more, and those things actually got added with a patch on the PS4 and PC version way later on, like 1 or 2 years later as well. So I don't know what the thought process behind that.
Yeah, I guess like they had a deal with Nintendo for a year. Kind of like the Dragon Quest XI situation.
I mean, it's nothing game breaking because again, I almost platinumed the PS4 version tranquilly on my own, because at this day and age I know Final Fantasy 12 like the back of my hand, so even with the Zodiac improvements I could still plow through it easily. So but it's also a nice addition, honestly, that helps with the customization. Yeah.
Stupid ladybug. You're not miraculous at all.
I
voiced by Christine.
I actually haven't seen the Christmas special of that yet. I'll have to maybe take today to see that.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
My problem with the show is that these won't crush you. Not yet.
Yeah. Again, in true Mega Man Faction, they're there just to teach you the upcoming obstacle. Go on, Ledger. What you were saying?
Yeah, I was saying my only issue with Miraculous Ladybug is that sometimes I feel like it's too formulaic just to keep the status quo. It's like, oh my god, move on.
Well, question: which seasons have you seen?
I've seen pieces of everything. Not every episode, but it's like, oh look, we found out your secret identity. We can't have that. We do.
Well, if it helps you, they do change the status quo significantly in Season 3. That's the thing, like...
they still don't know each other's identities for obvious reasons.
Well, that's the thing, Deji, like, of course, they want to... I'm sure they will eventually pull that. It's just one of the... I can tell you that they're clearly building up to it at this point.
Also, if I had to guess, it's a move that's nostalgic towards Sailor Moon.
Yeah, Sailor Moon is the primary inspiration. Yeah.
Because if I recall correctly, even in that, Uzagi and
Mamoru
forgot the secret identity of. They knew that.
Look, Sarah Love is playing Animal Crossing.
I think he
ignore her.
That Uzagi was Sailor Moon. There we go. Now the one with crush you. But I don't think the opposite. I don't think she knew that it was Tuxedo Mask.
No. That's the thing too. No.
It's just got too contrived. It's like, oh come on, really?
Well, that's the thing, Deji. Like a lot of times when these writers want to keep,
Shit.
No, who died? I didn't die.
Go on.
it's to keep the sexual tension and not. I'm guessing. I don't know what to do. But I can tell.
Look, I've just seen enough Code Lyoko in my life. I don't want to go through that again.
Sure, I understand. Like, I can tell you that outside of that particular aspect, the show actually does get better and better with each season.
We have our memories erased, but we still know each other. But it turns out that we can get along well, even though we don't know each other. Oh, now we remember, but we have to erase our memories. But let's just kiss, just to make sure. No. Anyway, here's Dustman.
Which is
He's
more
gonna
like a
clean us up.
Man. But I guess Dustman sounded better.
Basically, yeah.
I wonder if Professor Egad was influenced by this and made the Poltergeist 3000.
Dun, 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 dun.
Look, a lot of Mega Man enemies look like Mario enemies. They wouldn't be out of place.
Yeah.
Nah.
The Metauri is essentially just a
Goombas.
basically. No, it's more of a pastiche between the forgot the name, the black enemy that is like a Koopa but like a Spanish shell without the spikes.
Buzzy Beetle.
Yeah, very similar to that. It just doesn't move much.
There you
Dust
go.
Crusher.
Yes.
Time to recycle.
So who are you gonna recycle actually?
Actually, we're gonna dust off a skull.
All right.
Okay.
I was actually I was
Checking
looking
it.
at the weakness. Yeah, I was like, who do I go next? Any of you guys ever read the Mega Man comics?
No.
No, you mean the Archie ones?
Yeah.
No, I knew that they were good enough, but I haven't checked them
Yeah,
for
they're
myself.
really good.
Well, from what I've seen, they kind of got cancelled before they tackled something like rescuing Walnut from the moon. So there's that.
Oh no! That was a joke panel. They got canceled before the events. Of
Oh,
Mega
so
Man 4.
that last page was like the cast saluting and everything, but the Walnut was just an extra, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's like it got canceled because people weren't buying it,
Oh.
and like the fact that it went on as that long is a miracle in itself. But it's like I wish they would just say, yeah, it's canceled, not hiatus, because no one believed it.
Basically.
I wonder, is Capcom actually having like a current comic or manga series? Like something
yeah,
about
but
Monster
it's
Hunter, maybe? I don't know.
It's based off Fully Charged, and it's
Oh, right.
weird.
Right, I forgot. We're actually having a comic continuation from the end of Season 1.
But it feels like a completely different universe. Like
Oh
it's
my
like,
god,
yeah, it's-
seriously?
Yeah, because the not roll stand-in, she gets a robot armor and she says, "Call me Zero," so she looks just like Zero. in
Oh
that
my
armor
god,
thing.
seriously.
Ugh.
Like it's so dark, and it's like, well, not dark and gritty, but it's like it feels like it's trying to cater
So
to that
basically,
crowd.
they basically turn into Cerebus, essentially. Oh, the first year was way too wacky, so let's basically put it in the dark grinder like Jack.
Yeah. Have you seen Fully Charged, Deji?
Yeah.
Edger,
What?
Have you seen?
have you seen Fully Charged?
No, I only saw like a.
I don't blame you because
Yes,
for a long
thank you, Simon. You answered my question.
I don't
only
blame
saw
you
like.
because for a long time it was actually very hard to find unless you were actually actively trying to watch it on TV, and even that it was bad because they actually put it on the depth.
Yeah, Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network.
Sunday mornings at
Yeah.
at 7 a.m.
Yeah, Cartoon Network basically treated the same
Or
way they
6
treated
a.m.
the Sonic Boom, basically. It really
And they both deserve the fate.
it.
Yeah, said it.
Well, I'm more indifferent towards Sonic Boom personally. I don't mind it. But no, like It really yeah, like Theo said, yeah, for a long time that show was so unpopular and completely irrelevant to people that leakers didn't bother leaking the second half of the episodes until much later after the show ended. So
even then it was like an Arabian rip or something.
You want to know what's crazy? The Fully Charged comic outsold the first issue of the IDW Sonic comic.
Are you kidding me?
I wish I was lying.
Well, is the Fully Charged comic at the very least better than the show?
I don't know.
Because
it looks just as stupid.
From the things you described, I'm not really optimistic.
It's like, what is this? Anyway, here's Skullman.
And about to
if
be
you don't, he
pulverized.
won't move once he has his skull barrier. I don't really understand his pattern too much, but then again, I don't really bother to learn the pattern for most of these bosses.
Just dump the special weapon on them and you're good to go.
Basically, yeah.
Yep. I mean, it makes sense to have a dust to take out the skull.
I guess.
Like dust. Because skulls get dusty, deteriorate over time if you don't take care of them.
We're just preparing for the Skeleton War. Alright.
Yep. See you next part.
See ya.
Yeah.